Hi YouTube, this is Felicia with Bible Scraps, and boy do I have the coolest techniques for you guys. If you are a junk journaler, if you are a thrifter, if you love just collecting junk, you have probably come across these labels that you can find in different sizes at your thrift store, at your antique store, at yard sales. Well, I have two cool techniques to upcycle these labels. One technique is to use them with your paper napkins to create pockets of different sizes. Check out this gorgeous pocket that I've added stitches around it. By the way, these paper napkins will be available in my Etsy shop that I will debut real soon. Now, my other technique is to use your foil scraps. They come in handy. I didn't color this one, but I did color this one, but I didn't add my stitches around. So it's a cool way to use up those scraps. This one has the foil scraps and it has the paper napkin. And take a look at this one. Now it's optional to use your heat machine, though I did use it for a couple of these pockets. You don't have to use it, but I have two series, heat collaging series. One on my new channel, which I'll have that linked out. Well, I'll have a thumbnail at the end of the video, and then I have a heat machine series on this channel. I totally love this whole technique because if you're like me, you come across these labels at the thrift store all the time. And I recently found this size. I have them in different sizes. This size here, I have a couple rolls of this size, and I have other sizes, but I also found two, I think they were cases of the full sheet sticker labels, and it had 2 labels per sheet, and I actually use those when I send out packages. You put them in your printer, print out your label, if you do that from home. But you know what? I think I accidentally got rid of it. Now I've taken this beautiful paper napkin and I have removed all the layers using washi tape. And it's just as simple as removing the liner from your label. You want to turn your napkin face down and apply your label where you want, or whatever part of the design that you want. Take your scissors, or if you want, you can feather fussy cut. I'm going to use scissors for this. Now don't throw away the unused napkin because we will use that next. And by the way, you guys, this beautiful napkin along with the other napkins I will feature in this video will be available in my Etsy shop that will debut really soon. This is so cool. What I will do is stitch around the edges and use it as a pocket, but it has stability, right? Because of that label. And just a great way to recycle labels and kind of bring them up to date with these beautiful paper napkins. So now we're going to use this strip of paper napkin with these smaller rectangle labels. Do the same thing. I want to get the whole, that's okay. Not going to overthink. I want a feather tear. I'll do the best I can. I can always clean it up. Sometimes if you feather tear without adding water, you can tear under the label. What is it? Well, you can use these as tabs, right? You can fold it over and use it as page tabs. Look at that. In your junk journals. So super cool. All right, so next I'm going to use this very beautiful paper napkin. Hope you guys can see these beautiful girls. I'm going to use the UPS label, and this time I'm not going to position the whole label over my paper napkin because, well, I want to maximize these designs. There's 4 designs per quarter. I want to keep it that way. And this time, no, I'm not going to feather cut it. I'm going to cut this one with scissors because I don't want to distort the other images. This is a beautiful paper napkin. Once again, available in, or will be available in, my Etsy shop. Now, if I want to, I could add another paper napkin here, or I could just cut off this excess label. Check out this paper napkin. It's all about the lace. We'll see how this is going to fare. Oh, it's going to be cute. Well, I didn't cover up all of it. And whatever part I left exposed, whatever adhesive part, I can go back in and add more paper napkin. I'm not going to do that here. I like this just like it is. And this next technique is really, really cool for all of you foil lovers. I'm going to show you how you can use your foil scraps. I'm using, once again, the UPS label, sticky side face up, and this is a negative foil sheet, and I'll just apply it down like so. Now I probably want to use my heat machine. You don't need to because I've made these without the heat machine, but I have noticed with the UPS labels, sometimes the foil, I guess the sticky is so strong. When you lift up the foil, you can lift up the actual UPS paper. I think what I'll do for the next one, I'll use my heat machine. If it's hard to lift up your foil, just take something sharp and peel up the foil from a corner. So peeling this back can be a headache with this particular label, and you see how I just tore this. Now you could leave the whole thing on, like leave the foil on the label, or once again, I am going to run this through my heat machine to see if that makes a difference. Every label will react differently. So I'm gonna stop with this one right here. Just the way it is, I think it's pretty cool. If you want to, you can add paper napkin. You can lay it down in the areas that still have adhesive. You can come up with a really cool design. So I'll finish this one. Okay, so I have my heat machine out. I'm using Heidi Swaps. You can use any laminator. And by the way, you guys, I have a cool series on my new channel, Heat Collaging. I will have a link right now in the upper right hand corner. I use the heat machine or slash laminator in a way I have never seen it used to create the coolest designs and projects. I also have a different type of heat machine series on this channel. All right, before I fuse anything, let me offer you a couple tips. Whenever you're working with sticky paper and you use this technique, you will still feel some sticky in the areas where the foil didn't cover. Well, you can use powder to de-stick it, or you can use your anti-embossing magic. I think it's an anti-static like pouch, and you simply just rub it over your design and it removes the stick. Another tip, if you have a leftover napkin, instead of cutting it, you can adhere it, fold it over and adhere it to the back side. Okay, so I've already fused this one, but I do want to share another tip for you. If your label napkin pocket is wrinkled and you don't like that, by the way, I love the texture, you can fuse it and remove the wrinkles. Also, I'm in the fusing spirit because I love the techniques I've come up with using the heat machine. And so what I'll probably do, well, I like the texture on this one, But for my other ones, at least some of them, I'll fuse it if I'm concerned that the adhesive on my label is not strong enough to hold the napkin in place over time. Just fuse it, because I think heat will activate the adhesive just to make it bind better. Alrighty, let's see if this foil will remove easier with the heat. And you know what? It appears that the heat will help the foil to a degree lift up easier, because you see that the foil, the liner, it hasn't torn yet. So yeah, it's coming up a lot easier. And perhaps if I remove the liner when it's still hot, let's do it again. Let's see what happens if I try to remove the liner when it's still hot. Perhaps it'll come off even easier. So while that's fusing, let's take a look. Oh, you guys, look, all the wrinkles are gone. I love it. Okay, I shared in another video how the heat machine, it's really, you can use it as a presser, as an iron, because it will remove wrinkles, not just out of napkins, but out of fabric. And another tip for you, if you want for your designs that have images that you can cut into quarters or squares, you can leave this one as is, or it can be cut into smaller pockets. Okay, so real quick, you guys, while this is still hot, let's see if the foil can come off easier. In my video, whoops. Okay. I'm running out of time in this video, but what I'll do is peel back the liner. I'll embellish this even more. And at the beginning of this video, you will see all of my embellished pockets. But isn't that pretty? A great way to use up your negative foil scraps. Oh, I love that. Alrighty, you guys, if you have found this video informational and beneficial, why not like it? Why not give me a big thumbs up? Also subscribe, because I have a lot of more videos coming your way. Feel free to share this video. Feel free to adopt my idea. I only ask for proper credits. Do give shout outs and do link back to this video. Well, I want to thank you all for watching. As always, blessings.